Hey, what's going on, guys? It is Kova here. Welcome back to Transfer News. Before we kick off the episode, if you are brand new around here, for some reason you stumbled across the video, hit that subscribe button so you can get your daily transfer news every day throughout the summer. I am hitting you up with all the latest rumours. So we're starting off with Kolo Touré. Obviously, he was a Liverpool player. He has now been released, deemed surplus to requirements by Jurgen Klopp, which I don't know. He done well for his last season. Let's be honest. The guy's 34, and he was doing really, really well. In that Europa League final, don't get me wrong, like, he was at fault for, I think, one, but at the end of the day, Sevilla were hammering Liverpool in the second half. Now, throughout the season, you know, he stepped in when needed and was a really good player. I'm a bit disappointed that he's left. Not going to lie, I thought he had one more season left in him, but instead, Klopp has signed Klavan instead as a backup, and obviously he's got, you know, Matip, Lovren, etc. So we're not bad in the centre-back positions. But anyway, Kolo Touré is getting linked to a move to Celtic. Obviously, it's bound to happen that players will get linked to Celtic now from Liverpool because of the link that Rodgers had. Obviously, he knows a lot of the players. He managed a lot of them, so he will be interested in grabbing a few. And obviously, Liverpool, like, fringe players will pretty much get into the Celtic team or, you know, like, be heavily involved in the squad because that's just the difference between the two leagues. Next up is Fazio. Now, this is like this is part of a bigger story. Fazio is obviously the first player I'm going to, you know, put in the team. But all of like the Tottenham players that I put in this episode, the rest of them are actually on the bench in terms of like the team. So they are players 12, 13, and 14. But there's 4 players that haven't travelled with Tottenham, which kind of means that they are, you know, basically going to leave the club. That's how I see it in pre-season tours, unless the player's injured and obviously doesn't go. In most cases, they'll still go even if they're injured. But if they're injured or you know, they've played a lot recently, so they're having a bit of extra time off, unless that's been stated, the player is usually, you know, heading out the door. So, you know, Fazio is one of those. I don't think he's going to get in the team ahead of like Vertonghen and Alderweireld, and obviously they've got Wimmer as well as the backup. So I don't think Fazio is needed really, and I can see him leaving if Tottenham get the right offer. Next up is Lewis Dunk. We covered this one a long time ago, and West Brom were apparently going to make a bid for him. It never materialised, but that rumour has came back again. West Brom are ready to make a $7 million bid on the defender. Now, he obviously got a Team of the Season card in the Championship last season. Moving on to Premier League is a lot different, but even still, you know, it could be a shrewd signing. He's quite young. He's still got like a lot of life left in him to play for West Brom, so it wouldn't be a bad signing. Obviously, Pulis knows his bargains, and he also knows the Championship quite well, surprisingly. Next up is Ben Chilwell. Now, I thought this was, like, done. I thought this was over. Chilwell would sign a new contract with Leicester, and that would be a game over for Liverpool in terms of, like, their chase for him. However, it's not the case. He's apparently been offered a new contract by Leicester, and as what I'm reading, he's actually turned it down. He's turned it down, and I don't know if that means he wants to move to Liverpool or what. I don't know whether he's going to be first team at Liverpool. I don't know, but he has apparently turned down the offer of a new contract by Leicester, and he's looking, you know, to, I don't know, either push up his wages or push for a move. Next up is Lucas Leiva. He's getting linked to the move to Galatasaray. Right now, it's only like at the very start of like a rumour. It's not really like anything major. It's just a rumour that's been made up that they're interested in Lucas Leiva, and obviously we'll have to start making inquiries, etc., to try and get it done. Next up is Gylfi Sigurdsson. Now, a rumour going around is that Everton are interested in him. No surprise, I think he's a really good player. Obviously, they had really good Euros, but they're ready to make a bid. That's Everton, that is, and apparently it's going to be up to 25 million, which, you know, Wijnaldum can go for 25 million, Sigurdsson can go for 25 million. The prices are crazy. If there's one time to have a clear out in your club of like dead weight, players that you don't need anymore, surplus to requirements, whatever you name it, it is now. You know, Sigurdsson's obviously Swansea's best player, but even still, you know, other clubs are spending crazy money right now. Like 7 million for Dunk, I think, is a lot of money as well. Next up is Wilfried Bony. Besiktas chairman is apparently in the UK to try and get some deals done for his club. Obviously, Mario Gomez is looking to leave, so Bony may be his replacement. He's after 1 or 2 others. They tend to be older players. The Turkish clubs kind of go for all the players that are surplus to requirements. I believe Zabaleta is also on his list. Next up is Kaputska. I've never really heard of this guy until the Euros, but Leicester are ready to make a 6.25 million bid. Again, got a team of the season, so a lot of these players are being really good for the clubs currently. Speaking of which, James Rodriguez is next up. He got linked with West Ham yesterday, and now Manchester United are considering a £54 million bid. I think he'd be a really good signer for Man U. I'm not going to lie there. Just, you know, they're getting the spine of the team right. That's the key to Man U, about getting the spine of the team right. Can you imagine Ibra up top, Rooney behind them, James Rodriguez behind them, Pogba behind him, and Barley and De Gea? That would be a great span of the team. I cannot lie. Man U are really shaping up to finally get back to the heights that they should be at, basically, which is at least top 4. Next up is Carlos Bacca. Obviously, we were linked up with West Ham because of the owner's son's tweets. A bit of an odd one to put, but it was the case. That was what we was linked with. But it's now linked with Napoli. They've made an inquiry. Obviously, they've just lost Higuain to Juventus, so they're now going for Bacca. Speaking of Higuain, he is now on the verge of a move to Juventus. Can you imagine the perfect link? Higuain and Dybala up front. Oh, I can't wait to build a Serie A side next FIFA. But yeah, Higuain is on the verge of making that deal complete. He's passed his Juventus medical ahead of his €94 million move. I didn't think any club was going to make that evaluation, but apparently Juventus obviously are going to have money pretty soon from the Pogba sale, so they're looking to get Higuain done. Maybe that was part of the requirement with Manchester United, was that they had to get a deal for a big player done, because obviously if teams know they have that much money, they're going to push up the price a bit more. So I think Higuain was expensive as it was. However, you know, they got it done, and it's going to be insane seeing Higuain and Dybala up front for Juventus next season. Next up is, obviously, we're carrying on with the Tottenham players. These are the ones that I said will leave, so 12, 13, 14 on the list. Bentaleb being the first one. He's not travelled, and he looks like he may be going. Another one, team surplus requirements in G. He's obviously meant to be going on loan to Marseille as part of the deal to get Nkudu to Tottenham. And finally, we end with Pritchard, a talented young player, but he's just not getting the chance to play in that Tottenham side, and I don't think he will, to be honest. I think he could be classed, he's classed as a cam on FIFA 16, but I think he's more of a winger. I think that's more of his position. I've seen him play for Brentford, and he looked really sharp. So that's what the team will look like, guys. Obviously, James Rodriguez being the biggest one that will come into the Prem, and the main Higuain move, which is pretty much confirmed. I think it'll get confirmed tomorrow. But if you did enjoy, as always, hit that like button, and I shall see you in the next one.